Thatcher said there's no such thing as society, no such thing as communities. A lot of modern Tories are not much different, but we know different. I've worked in the not-for-profit sector for over 25 years, and that's working with local communities to manage services. And those local communities managing services, whether it's a credit union, whether it's a local library, whether it's £1 million worth of lottery money in my local community at the moment, that's the type of politician I am. I want to see local people saying what they want and being involved in running it on a day-by-day basis. Democracy is more than a tick in a box every 4 years. It's having a say in what happens in your community. A lot of politicians say that people aren't engaged, but it's not difficult. You just talk to them. And whether it's the Marvin campaign in Bristol, whether it's the Remain campaign, when you talk to people, you have conversations with them, then they'll start to listen, then they'll start to feel that they are included. And I'm an experienced campaigner. Whether it was working with Ken Livingstone, we were both a lot younger, or as a sub-agent for Tony Benn, I've been involved in many political campaigns over the years as an agent, as a candidate. I've got the experience, and I know that actually talking to people, knocking on doors, phoning them up, involving them is the way not only to win elections, but also to involve them after the election in what you want to do. It's not a campaign, it's a movement. It takes a practical, professional approach. I'm used to working with the other political parties. In Bristol, we had to work with a coalition of Lib Dems and Tories. They were always trying to close the Equalities Unit. We always resisted it. We always kept it open. In Bath and North East Somerset, it's a Tory administration. We've got a Labour minority, but we're keeping the children's centres open. Many parts of the country shut them. We're arguing it's an important community resource, and we keep fighting for them. And it's important because on day one, my cabinet will be Marvin Rees, obviously from Bristol, but we'll have 2 Tories from Bath and North East Somerset and South Gloss. And we're going to have to present a united front to the Tory government in Westminster to get the resources that we need for the West of England. That's where we are at the moment. It might not be where we want to be, but practical politics is that's where we are. I've got a lot of experience of working with big budgets. As a Bristol City Councillor, a couple of £1 million I was responsible for equalities and community development in the 90s. I was also Cabinet Member for Social Services for a year. That was a very difficult job. Had to protect core services like women's refuges, support for women fleeing domestic violence. Had to get rid of the director and the 2 deputy directors who lost control of the budget. At the moment I run a small charity, again a budget about 30,000–40,000 a year, £1 million worth of lottery money in my local community. I chair the partnership to make sure that local people get a say in how that money is spent. The Metro Mayor will have £1 billion over 30 years. It's a substantial amount of money, it's a substantial amount of investment. I've got the experience to make sure it is spent wisely, it's spent well, and it involves local communities in how that money is spent.